you doing? It's Coffee Break with Jimmy. I want to follow up on my last podcast when Trump hadn't quite signed the BBB yet, the big beautiful bill. Well, I guess he signed it yesterday. Yesterday was the 4th of July. And he signed the big beautiful bill. This is something they've been working on for some time now. Just 2 weeks ago, they dropped the bunker busters in Iran. He has a ceasefire now with Iran and Israel. They're working on a ceasefire with Israel and the Gaza Strip, with the Palestinian or the Hamas there. So he's getting a lot of things done, and he's getting it done quick. I mean, this was just the last couple of weeks. You know, since January, since he took office, Trump is just, it just seems like there's something new being done every day, or at least working in that direction. Anyway. So, I mean, when he gets to the end of his presidency, he's going to be known as the best president of all time. And up until this point, it's been Reagan, and he's really a lot like Reagan in a lot of ways, but Trump does things like, from a business standpoint, I guess. He's more of a businessman, so he looks at it from that way. But he involves all of his cabinet secretaries. You know, everyone that works with him, he went to, they had a rally, on the 3rd, they had a rally in Iowa. And he talked about everyone that helped him out, that was on his side there in Iowa, and worked in his direction, worked alongside of him. He mentioned all their names, and he thanked them all. I mean, that's just the kind of a guy that he is, that he keeps everybody, you know, that's in his circle, he keeps them all included. They're included on just about everything that he does. You know, when he has cabinet meetings, he asks questions to all of his secretaries, and what do they think about certain things, whether that might be their thing or not. He asks them the questions. I mean, that's how wide open he is as far as making his decisions. He's not going to make his decisions. He's going to make his decisions based on what he wants, but what everyone else puts into, because they all have a play in this. But I'm kind of selfish. You know, I've talked about on several times. I've talked about maybe Trump getting another run at the presidency after this one, because 4 years is hard to get, the deficit down at where it's at. It's at $36 trillion now, and that's really not his fault, but it's $36 trillion, and to get that down, he's going to need more than 4 years, I believe, to get. I mean, you want to get at least a third of it down. I would think in 4 years, and I think he can do that, maybe better. But Trump's going to be, he's 78 now. He's going to be 81 or 82 when he finishes his presidency. It's kind of selfish on, because I say it, and a lot of other people say it. It's run for a third term, and I believe. If the people voted in, they can vote it in. 3/4 of the people, the electorate, and also the House of Representatives and the Senate, if they voted in, they'll it can be done, I believe. But then again, I guess there goes my selfish self, and I think, Trump's going to be at that age. He's going to want to spend the rest of his life with his family. He's got grandkids. Of course, he's got his kids and everything, and he has a lot of other things that he enjoys doing with his family and with his wife. And that's kind of selfish. But at the same token, if he wants to do it, like right now, he can. The life of luxury, whatever, he could do whatever he wants to do right now. But what he wants to do, he wants to run this nation. He wants to. He believes in the USA. He believes in us. He believes in the American people. And he said for a number of years that the government is ripping us off. I've seen him in different programs, and I had no idea whether he was, Democrat or Republican, but he would say that all the time, that the government's ripping us off. And he said that on several occasions, if he ever ran for president, he would win. And boy, did he. But this guy here, I mean, he's a real guy. I mean, he's about a cooler cat you're going to get. And, I mean, look at the yesterday they had the fireworks there in Washington yesterday. You know, they set out front, and the B-2 bomber had a flyover with, I believe it was two F-35s flying a wingman to the B-2. And so they saw all that fly over the White House, and then him and the First Lady sit down on the balcony there and was watching this massive fireworks show. But prior to the fireworks show, you know, he was laughing and smiling, and so was Melania there at each other. And then they just stopped, and he reached over and gave her a kiss. And then she smiled, and then a little bit later, she did it again, or he did it again. And it's like, my wife saw that, and she thought that was just the neatest thing. It was, you know, the president kissed the First Lady, and then he did it again. That was just so, she was so jazzed about that. And I think most people were. I mean, I was when I saw it. I thought the same thing. Of course, I didn't see it right away, and my wife had to tell me about it. Then I brought the recording back, and there it was. There they were. But I thought that was just the neatest thing. It makes him, not to say that he doesn't act that way all the time, but it just makes him real. Okay, a real person is this guy here. He believes in America, and he believes in us people, and this is what he wants to do. He wants to get our country on track. And whether that could be a little bit of his ego, maybe so. I mean, if it is, okay, give it to him. The guy's getting it done. So, I mean, to say all the things you say about Trump and the stuff that he does, and he ran on all this stuff, you know, getting the border closed and building the wall and rebuilding the military again. Look at the enlistments in the military. They're all up. They're all up above average. And I mean, this it was a lack of leadership that brought in that we didn't have the enrollment on the military that we did in the last 4 years of the Biden administration. But as soon as Trump got elected, it took off. And so the things that he's done, and especially the stuff he's done here lately, it just seems like every day there's something new. Every day he's working on something else. And that's what we want as a leader. That's what the world sees him as a leader, you know, for the United States. And everything that he does is about America first. Now, I know there are some things that, as far as immigration, he wants to get the bad people out of here first. But other people that are here illegally, if they get caught up in whatever they're doing, what ICE is doing, what Tom Homan and Kristi Noem is doing right now, if they get caught up, well, they're gonna get deported. But then they're given also an opportunity to deport themselves. So this way they can have an opportunity to come back. Now, I understand, the way I understand it, President Trump is looking at it because the farmers, there are so many legal aliens, and there are some illegal aliens that work for the farming industry. And that hurts the farm. You start deporting all their workers, people that will work in the industry, and they're good. I know a lot of them myself personally, and they're good people. They work hard, and they get paid well. They really do get paid well out there. I mean, it's a lot of the work is not so much the pay, but it's the type of work that it is. There's a lot of people that just don't want to do it, and but others will, and they come over here with the work visas and so on. Some of them come over here illegally, I get that, but some of them have been here for a number of years. We're talking 15, 20, 25 years, and they've raised their family here. Now, I know they're not legal, but say they get caught up in that. Maybe this is something that I believe Trump is working on, is that to help out the farming industry and in the hotel industry, and get others that work there, and and housekeepers, babysitters, so on. And they're willing to do this type of work, and some of them have been doing it for a number of years. And if their employer, even though their employers might be hired them illegally, but maybe something could be done there. Maybe something. I think this is what Trump's thinking right now. Maybe something could be done to help the farming industry out mainly. But if their employer will stand up for them and actually say, okay, I'll back this person and their family. They're good people. They've been working here for a number of years. Well, they're still going to have to get their work permits. So they're still going to get whatever they don't have right, and their paperwork to be here, to work here legally. They have to get that right, and the employer would back them up. I don't know. That used to be. I remember when my grandparents came here, and this was always a story when they came here in the early 1900s. They had to have a job here. If they wanted to immigrate to the United States.